Hey everybody, Sunday Evans, fucking my fucking glasses. Hey everybody, Sunday Evans also here with Fire Bravo here to talk about Deadpool, actually. I'm talking about Deadpool because the other night I was approached by a friend who was watching his cousin play video game Deadpool, and he was kind of left in the dark who this character actually is, so he approached me, his words, being the comic book buff that I am, he wanted me to fill him in the origin story. And I really want to pause and clarify something. I'm not a comic book buff. I'm a modern mythology enthusiast. Having said that, let's jump back into the story. So I filled him in, of course, and after I give him a brief 15-minute origin story, he felt like he knew everything he needed to know. So word quickly passed around that I had my master's degree in Deadpool mythology. Secondly, it surprised me how much little people actually know about the character, so I'm making this video to inform you guys. So let's jump right into it. There's a few concrete facts about Deadpool. 1, he was born in Oklahoma. 2, he was born into a very abusive family. 3, he traveled coast to coast seeking out ex-military members to teach him how to kill. 4, he found out he had terminal cancer at a very young age. Now, I say abusive family. His father was a drunk, abusive. His mother was very scared. So, he ran away at the age of 8. Now, one of his instructors was like an ex-Green Beret. He turned out to snipe. If you notice, I didn't include his name. It's because Wade Wilson, he might have stole that name from a family who took him in off the street when he was about 15. His father was actually named Will, and probably Wilson too, Wade Wilson. He looked up to the father so much that he decided to kill him and then hopefully take his place in the family. Of course, the wife didn't really jive with that, and he ended up killing the family. Now, this is before the operation, so he had no, you can't blame this on mental instability. It was his rational decision to kill him to take his spot. Ever since that day, he'd been going by the alias Wade Wilson. Now, at the early age of 23, maybe 25, he found out he had terminal cancer, right? Inoperable terminal cancer. Sadly, chemo wouldn't do the trick, so he started to seek out other answers for this. Now, through the grapevine of the Universal Society, he heard about this facility in Canada who was splicing mutant genes with human genes in order to make a soldier that would be able to heal on the field. He immediately jumped on the bandwagon and volunteered for this program. Sadly, did not work out too much, and he became horribly disfigured. He looks like a half-melted wax statue. Secondly, his mental state was a little shaken. When I say shaken, he hasn't lost grip on reality, and he understands everything that's going around him. However, he does have 2 voices in his head talking to him constantly, and comic book. Constantly people will walk up to him and ask him who you're talking to. Also, he does know he's in a comic book. He does know he can see the strings. That's why he's allowed to break the 4th wall. He eventually was sent to a sub-facility who studied failed experiments. Now, these experiments didn't last very long, right? So, once he got put into it, he started to bump shoulders with the other experiments and learned that there was actually a pool that the other patients would buy into and bet how long they would outlive each other. They bet on what I was thinking, essentially. None of them really made it past 6 months. This pool was called the Deadpool, and that's where he kind of got his name. That's where he took it. During his time here, he befriended somebody, but this guy was constantly in pain because of the experiment. He hurt day to day, and he just wasn't well, but he was a good guy. So, out of the kindness of his heart, Wade Wilson killed him. It was a mercy kill. Now, killing is strictly against rules here, and sadly the penalty for killing another patient is death. So what the doctors did was surgically remove Wade Wilson's heart out of his chest, and then threw him in the corpse field. Now, when I say corpse field, they didn't cremate their bodies, they didn't bury them, they literally threw him into a field full of corpses. Now, after death, his mutant gene kicked in. His body regrew its own heart, and after 3 days he regained consciousness and just stumbled off. And we assumed his mercenary then. And after a while he decided to be a good guy, you know, after Cable kicked his ass. There's a common misunderstanding. I mean, he is beatable. 2 people I know is Cable and New Moon. He had contract with both of them, but they both whooped his ass. So that's the brief history of Deadpool. Hopefully I've enlightened you. If you have any questions, if you have anything that I didn't touch on in this video, like how many times he's been married, and who's Weasel, you know, stuff like that. What about the X-Force? I can really fill you guys in on that in the comments below. As usual, thank you for your support. Thank you for viewing this video. Thanks for watching 5 Bravo.